Must be well over 30 years ago that Bill came here, because this gibbon enclosure is virtually the same, not exactly, but virtually the same as it was all those years ago. So it's quite special for me to stand here too and see these beautiful, amazing animals. The mother's had her fourth baby, which she's carrying around with her now, leaping about. And apparently she's been with the same male for 10 years, and he's been here since the year 2000, so he's been here 16 years. And in a way, that's a long time, isn't it, 16 years, to be in a place like this. So it has all sorts of resonances, I think, this particular enclosure or cage. It's really a cage, because I watched a moment ago, and the female was trying to get, she got her hand outside the top and she was pulling leaves from a live tree from outside. So these animals can leap about, they can have babies, they can have a friend or a partner, but they're never ever going to be free to be in the forest and leap about in the forest as they should. So it's because of the history, the legacy that Bill left us with his photographs and his images, that we've come back, particularly here and to other places as well, to see what has changed, how much has changed, or how little has changed. And probably this is an example of the latter, sadly. We've just been following a sign which says to the African plains, or the African plains. So we've come to the African plains here, where we've seen these two white lions, and I am quite horrified by the sore on the nose of the female lion. It doesn't look like a cut, it doesn't look like a scratch or anything from a fight. It looks like an infection of some kind. But for an animal who ranges miles and miles in the wild, to be confined to this forever, for its life, is hard to imagine, isn't it? So it's a compromise, but perhaps one they shouldn't be asked to make. You can see the tracks, the repetitive pacing of the cheetah by the tracks that's worn in the grass, backwards and forwards, through and up and down and over. And that's a sure sign that repetitive pacing, of course, is a sign of lack of fulfillment, boredom, an animal that's too used to its environment and finds nothing of interest. As we all know, we've seen the fantastic films on television, the documentaries, the cheetah chasing its prey across the plains. We know what kind of life a cheetah lives from those fantastic films we see. And this is a shadow of that life, sadly. On the poster behind me, Vivez l'émotion, live the emotion. I've lived my own emotion. And my emotion is not joy and thrill and pleasure and happiness. My emotion is pity and sadness and regret that so many animals are confined for our momentary experience of coming to have a look at them. I've seen so much worse, with no consideration for the animals whatsoever. But at the end of the day, like it is for us now, we've left the zoo and we're going home. The animals, however nice and comfortable and perhaps well thought out their enclosure is, they never can leave it. And I suppose that's what gets me. They're there forever.